I put myself in a reading slump. And if you want to find out how I did that and what to do so you yourself, you don't find yourself in this kind of situation, stick around and find out. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Tyler Price. On my channel, we talk about money, books, productivity, lifestyle, and anything else that you want to talk about. So as I said in my intro, I put myself in a reading slump, and I'm in it, and I've been in it for the last 13 days and have not been able to get out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what I did to get in a slump and what am I, so that you don't do the same thing, and then what I'm doing to get out of it. So the first thing I did was I created an unrealistic reading expectation. So I did a video that I posted on my channel last week, and I will link I'll link it to this video, where, pardon me, where I wanted to read 6 books before Valentine's Day. 6 books with love in the title before Valentine's Day. So that was the first thing I did. I created unrealistic expectation. Boxed myself into reading 6 books. I mean, they're all books I wanted to read, but kind of boxed myself into reading those 6 books and gave myself a very unrealistic time frame. So to do that, my goal was I was going to do audiobooks, which I don't usually do audiobooks. I don't like them. I mean, some people do. They're just not my thing. And then I'm going to read the other books. So I did. I got the audiobook for Twisted Love, and then I started reading A Love in Other Words. I had to read Love in Other Words for my book club that was meeting on the 6th of February, and I've read it before, so it was a quick reread for me. But going back to how I got into a reading slump was that I just created unrealistic expectations in terms of the number of books that I was going to read. Separately, I changed how I read. I love to read. I enjoy reading physical books. I'm not really an audiobook person, but then my goal really was that I wanted to just finish the book. So I started listening to Twisted Love in audio and did not enjoy it, and was forcing myself to listen to it. So that was the second thing I did. I changed how I usually read and forced myself to listen to a book that I probably would have enjoyed more if I had read it. So that's what put me in a reading slump. The third thing that I did was that I forced myself to read a book that I love, but I forced myself to read it in one day. So Love in Other Words, as much as I love the book and I've read it before, I pretty much, for the entire day, when I woke up at 3 a.m. on February the 6th until my book club meeting at 6 p.m. for that 12 hours, all I did was read that book. And it pretty much just put me in a book, I don't know if it's book coma, book fatigue, or whatever, but it just made me extremely tired. It's sort of like when you go to a buffet and you overeat. Like, food is just not as pretty anymore, right? So that's pretty much what happened to me. So that's the third thing that I did. The fourth thing that I did is that I am a mood reader. I like to just pick up a book. I don't really even think about what books I want to read next. I do have a few books that I would read at some point, but I'm not really a reader in the sense that I should create a TBR to read. And so I did that. I took myself out of my comfort zone. I decided not to read how I enjoy reading. So for me, reading became transactional. It wasn't even fun anymore. So when something's not fun, I don't do it. So here I am. Today's the 13th. I've read one full book, and that's Love in Other Words, because I had to read it for a book club. And I haven't read anything else. I listened to, I think 70% of Twisted Love. Did not enjoy the book because I was listening to the audio, whereas I think I would have enjoyed it more had I read it. So here I am now in a slump. So in terms of what you need to do to not put yourself in a slump, don't create unrealistic expectations. Don't make reading transactional. Reading needs to be fun. It's fun and not transactional. Separately, don't change how you read. If you're an audiobook person, that's great. But if you're not, don't start a new method of reading just to fulfill some unrealistic goal for a video that only 17 people watched. Like, it's not the right approach. So there you are. And that's why I'm in a reading slump. So what am I doing to get out of it? I just decided, I don't know. I think I will probably pick up a book that I know I'm going to love. So I recently purchased, and I need to do a Target haul for y'all. I recently purchased A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, and so I'm going to read this. I'm also going to annotate it. So reading it and annotating it will get me back on track. I'm so excited about that. So when you find yourself in a book slump, what should you do? Find a book that you know you love or you're going to love. Or if you plan on rereading a book, reread a book that you know you're going to love. So I'm so looking forward to reading this book because I know I'm going to love it. And my goal is to kind of knock this out. Read it for fun. I'm not doing my challenge, my TBR of reading, books with love in the title. I mean, they were great books. It was Love Theoretically, Love in Other Words, Loving You Always. Let's see, what other book was there? Love Redesigned. I mean, they were great books. I just put myself in a box and now I didn't want to read it. So I'm definitely going to find a book that I love, which I know I'm going to love this, and I'm going to start reading this and annotating it. And I feel that this will get me out of a slump. So again, I'll keep you guys posted in terms of if I do get out of that slump. But yeah, I put myself into it. And it's, all for the tube, all for views. And that's not me. I love to read, and reading for me is my refuge. And when reading becomes no longer fun, when it becomes transactional, then I need to find something else to do. And that's what I did to myself. I made it no longer fun. I made it transactional. I was trying to read a whole bunch of stuff for video, and that's just not why I got into this. And that's not why I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube to share my love for books, not to provide you all with some transactional BS. So yeah, not doing that again. I will not be doing TBRs. In terms of, I may give you guys a list of books that I may get to at some point during the month, but I won't be doing TBRs. I have my 24 by 24 TBR, and I do have a formula that I use to determine what to read monthly, and I'll share that on another video, but I won't be doing TBRs. TBRs are just not my thing. It just puts you in a box, and I realized this was going to happen. So anyway, that's it for me. I hope that this video has been fun. Hopefully you got something out of it. And if you do, like, subscribe to my channel. And I'll catch you on the next one. But before I do, thanks for riding with me. Bye-bye.